Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you are new here, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I make videos every Monday and I make videos all about plants. So if that interests you, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much to everybody who already has subscribed to this channel. I think at the time of this video, I have like 265 subscribers, and that's not really that many, but that is so far beyond anything that I ever believed myself capable of. So thank you so much if you have subscribed to this channel. Today's video is going to be 5 plants that I think are beginner friendly, but also more unique. When I first started on my plant journey, there were so many plants that I had on my wish list that I really wanted, that I thought were beautiful and I adored them, but I killed so many plants when I first started. We all kill plants, everybody kills plants, but I think if I would have chosen my plants better in the beginning, I would have done better with some of them. So today I just want to recommend some plants that are still really fun and unique and, dare I say, uncommon, but are a little bit more beginner friendly. So let's go right ahead and get right into this video. The first plant that I want to talk about is the monstera peru, and I kind of want to get this out of the way because I did just make my last video about monstera peru and all of their care needs. So if you haven't watched that video, I can link it in the cards above. But the only thing that I just want to say is that these plants are so easy to care for. They need very minimal light, very minimal humidity, and they are becoming much more readily available. So they're a really great alternative to the traditional Monstera deliciosa, which you see very commonly in a lot of different places, which are much more accessible. Those are really great beginner plants, but if you're looking for a Monstera that's a little bit more fun, has a little bit more texture and unique quality about it, I think the Monstera peru is a really great way to go. Their texture on their leaves is really interesting, and they really don't need a lot from you, even though they are considered a little bit more uncommon and rare. I think that as far as beginner plants go, this would be a really great one, and I kind of wish that I would have acquired one of these sooner because they are just so prolific and so gratifying. I really think that these are one of the best plants that a beginner can kind of start out with. The next plant that I want to talk about that I think is very beginner friendly is this Philodendron Micans. Now, I got this plant about a year ago or so, and I think I paid around $12 for it at the time. They are so prolific, so beautiful. The texture of their leaves is so fuzzy and soft, and as you can see, they trail very well. So if you're into hanging plants or trailing plants, they are really great to kind of get that tendrily look. But also if you're more into climbing plants, you can also pin them up and they'll climb upwards too. They're really great for being versatile, but not only that, they're super beginner friendly. They really don't need too much water at all, and their needs are very similar to that of a pothos, be it a golden pothos or a marble queen. They're very easy. Not too much light, not too much humidity, drink of water maybe every 2 weeks or so, and these guys are good to go. They never stop growing, and I think that they are one of the best, if not the best, beginner plants, just because you see the gratification of owning them pretty much immediately, and I really love them. The next beginner friendly plant that I want to talk about is Zenzi plants. Now, if you've watched any amount of beginner plant videos, you have absolutely probably been recommended the regular old Zenzi plant, which I do love. They are really beginner friendly, super easy and low maintenance. But if you don't know, there are other plants in the Zenzi plant family. And so I have 2 here that are a little bit more uncommon, a little bit more unique. This one right here is a Zenzi plant. And so it has more compacted leaves than your typical regular Zenzi. And these ones are a little bit more difficult to find. They're not super readily available, but you can definitely buy them on Etsy and some other online plant stores, if not your local nursery. Even though they're a little bit more difficult to find, they do have the same exact care needs as a Zenzi plant. So if you can find one, they really need pretty much low light, low water situation, and they're really happy just to thrive and be left alone. And I really like their kind of tree-like shape a little bit. It's a little bit different than your typical Zenzi. This one over here is a Zenzi Raven. These ones are much easier to actually find because Costa Farms, and this is a Costa Farms one, is like a plant manufacturer, and they acquired, I don't know, the patent for them. I don't know exactly what you would say that they're mass producing them out. Basically, you can get these at Walmart, you can get them at your grocery store. They have them in pretty large pots now. and they're relatively easy to come by, and they are so beautiful. Their foliage starts out green when it first comes out. You can kind of see that there's like a little green there, but it turns black once it grows, and their care needs are very similar to regular ZZs as well. So I think for a beginner plant, if you are looking to get a ZZ plant, try and see if you can find a ZZ Raven, because they're just like a little bit more unique looking, a little bit more fun to look at. They're really, really fulfilling plants. The next plant that I want to talk about is one of the more recent plants I have acquired in my collection, and I cannot say enough good things about this plant. This is a Hoya Obobada. I recently got like the Hoya bug. I was never like a Hoya person. I didn't have too many Hoya plants for like a long time, to be honest. I was much more drawn to like philodendrons and monsteras. And then I got this plant, and now I want all the Hoyas because this plant grows so quickly for me, rarely needs to be watered. It is so prolific. It's also so unique looking. Like, it has these like splashy leaves that come out. It grows like really quickly. This is a pretty like large sized plant, and I've honestly already propagated it 2 or 3 times to make smaller plants. And I've already been able to grow like super thick, nice roots in order to establish a couple of different plants in just the few months that I've had it. So they are super quick growing, and they need to be watered like once every 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, if your soil holds like a little bit more water. But they are incredible Hoyas, and I don't think that people talk about them enough because other people are really into like the rarer Hoyas with all the deep veining. Those are really pretty. I really want to get more Hoyas, don't get me wrong, but this is a really good Hoya to start off with if you are a beginner, because it is so prolific and it really allows you to kind of get the hang on Hoya's watering needs and their lighting needs, and they're so pretty. Like, I love these rounded leaves. It is so nice. I really, really recommend Hoya Obobada. So this is the last plant we're going to be talking about today, and this might be my favorite one in this video, and this is a Albo Syngonium. Now, you know, take no mind of this little dead leaf that's dying off. Plants have yellowing leaves all the time, and I have been preferring lately to not snip them off and just kind of let them come off on their own. That's why this is here. I do love this plant, and I've had another one in the past that I actually sold. This is an incredible plant. It grows so quickly. It has grown, I think since I got it, like 7 new leaves. It has lost some older leaves, but it's also growing a new leaf right here. And this Syngonium here has the same care needs as other Syngoniums that you find at like Home Depot for like $4 or $5. So it's very, very easy to care for. It really does not need a lot of water at all. In fact, I water this probably once every 2 weeks or so, just when I feel like it's like super dried out. But otherwise, I just leave it, and it's so beautiful. I love that this plant in particular is like some white variegation that you can get if you can't really afford like a Albo deliciosa. Like, I don't have an Albo deliciosa yet. I would love to get a variegated monstera someday, but I don't have one right now, and so I feel like this is the next best thing, and they're relatively reasonably priced. I see cuttings now go for like $40 to $50, which is still a lot of money, but I paid $100 for mine over a year ago, so they're coming down in price, they're becoming more accessible, and they're very easy to take care of. So I really, really recommend these if you are into variegation but kind of are not ready to go and bite the bullet on a more expensive plant. These are really easy to take care of, really prolific, and really beautiful. Alright, you guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. I just want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for watching. I love doing this. Making videos about plants is the highlight of my life right now. It's really the only thing that I really look forward to every week. So thank you so much for being here. If you would like to leave me a comment down below, letting me know anything that you want to see from me, like any video suggestions or anything like that, please feel free to go and do that. Sometimes I get comments and sometimes I don't. So maybe you should go comment on my video. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you in my next video, you guys. I hope you are safe and healthy. Bye, guys.